playoff review of the franchise league.
We missed a week.
We did. We missed almost 2 weeks. It's kind of dark in here. Does that light not turn on? Turn that light on. Turn that light on.
People are gonna.
There we go. Now you can see.
Do we just want you to be lit up, or
Well, I don't know. I just realized it was dark.
should we put the eye candy on?
I'm
back.
Fixing it. So,
All right. So real quick, we did have a surprising end of the regular season. We'll touch on very quickly. Team Jobu found a way to not make the playoffs.
he did.
Pine Tree Lane, despite his best efforts, found a way to make the playoffs.
That is correct as well.
And then pretty much everything was set up for round one.
Yes.
Would you like to give your playoff predictions before we go over the results?
Yes. My initial thought is that
With opening matchups of Ben's Champions versus Zips and
Right.
Globo Gym versus Pine Tree Lane.
I thought Ben's Champions would have a close kind of matchup, like a 10-6 win for Ben's Champions. That was what I was projecting.
I was also going to say something very similar of a Ben's Champions victory, and I was going to go along the lines of like a 9-5 score.
Very similar.
It was pretty clear that Pine Tree Lane wanted nothing to do with the playoffs.
But that said, I still thought Pine Tree Lane's team was doing pretty well. That's why he even made the playoffs, despite him not doing much. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I thought that matchup would be close as well. I did think that Globo Gym was going to win. But again,
I thought Globo Gym was going to win.
I was thinking maybe like a
gonna...
10-5 or something like that. That's what I was thinking.
I mean, now that we know the results, it's just disappointing. I almost feel bad for Team Jobu or All Rise, who would have at least given an effort.
Yep, they would have given more of an effort, as it ended up being a 16-1 drubbing.
Well, he got. Hey,
Globo Gym.
Ben's Champions will be happy to know that Pine Tree Lane got to run his team the way he wanted to. And that meant him not running it at all during the playoffs.
Yes, and congratulations to Globo Gym with his first playoff victory.
That is true.
Right.
Globo, could he roll off 2 in a row, possibly 3 in a row?
Definitely possible.
Would we like to dive into, I know we missed the video, and we're going to have to take care of this. Binky?
Wrong way. Okay, go ahead. It doesn't matter. It's all right.
So, would you like to do your full playoff predictions prior to the matchups? Once you saw the matchups, how you thought they'd shake out?
Well, I didn't actually think it through in my head as to what would happen in the second round as far as the playoffs go.
Okay, so you just want to do your predictions then for the next round?
Oh yeah, from the way they look.
I mean, even though it is Thursday, but
yeah. Well, first, let's also touch on the fact that Zips blew out Ben's Champions because we didn't actually say that here.
We were trying to be nice.
Well, it is what it is.
Talk about poop in the bed.
Hey,
talk about poo in the bed.
That's why it's so important to make the playoffs because anything can happen. And Zips just had an amazing offensive week.
I mean, you were very critical. I don't know if you'll do it now on camera of the decisions that Ben's Champions made at the beginning of the week, which ultimately was probably
that definitely may have lost in a few categories. Pitching categories.
Correct.
But if you lose 13-2, it's hard to say, just because you threw those guys on a Monday. Well, the first day, he had 13 starting pitchers going into the matchup, and then he had Mark Leiter Jr., and the guy from Kansas City. Jonas Janus. Yes.
Like he's a planet.
Yeah, And those were his guys that he led off playoff matchup with, and I just don't think that's smart strategy, having guys who don't have experience. Not, obviously, they're pitching in real life, not in playoffs, but I'm just saying you don't know what you're going to get out of a young, inexperienced pitcher like that. And one guy pitched okay, nothing to write home about, but the other guy, Leiter, gave up 10 earned runs, I believe, something like that. He just that was a huge differential there on the ERA and the WHIP categories. But again, final score was 13-2, so I can't just take that one transaction or one start.
Ben's Champion's very excited about his roster for next year.
Yes, he is, but in fairness, when isn't he? Has there ever been a year where he's like, guys, my team's awful going into next year?
Well, depends. Usually that's preceded with I'm just not having fun anymore. This league is just so blah. I have to find other things to do to keep me semi-interested in this league.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So then going into our semifinal, my predictions were that Zip's team has been pretty hot. He's needed to be that hot to come past Ben's champions. So I thought he'd hang with you. Again, I didn't think you'd blow him out of the water, but I would still say like a 10-5-ish sort of score
10-5
that you would have won.
I'm going to stick to my original predictions from the week 18-17 video when we did our bold predictions. And I did say in that video I would lose my semifinal matchup. So to be consistent, I'm sticking with Zips in a 8-7, 9-8 final score.
Wow. Definitely.
That doesn't mean I want it to happen. I'm just
You're not going to throw the matchup, you're saying?
No, I'm not going to be like a Ben's champions and make one prediction and then come back the next day because something slightly changes and say, well, this is my new prediction. No, you made a prediction, then stay with it.
Right.
I'm still sticking with Globo Gym to defeat Bear Bashers. Again, I was going along the lines of a 9-7, 10-6 final score. Just because I still think that your team is not as impressive as it was in the beginning of the year.
Take that out of the equation. The biggest thing that I saw matchup-wise is that Globo Gym had a ton of two-start starters, and I literally had to pick up one to even have one going into that matchup. The infamous CC Sabathia pickup that caused a lot of controversy in our text thread.
And how'd that work out for you?
It's mixed bag, mixed results. Didn't really do anything bad or good. He gave up 1 run and 4 1/3, but his whip was like 185.
That's
But again,
a whip killer. Yeah.
But it wasn't enough to, to change a meter. You know what I mean? But I thought that because of the pitching issues that I was going to have in this matchup, that he would win going away pretty big, like 11-4.
Really?
So that's I said that, and when I was here for the college football Saturday / birthday of the commish party.
Yeah. Big shout outs for those of you that attended.
Big shout outs.
5 Swords, All Rise,
Yes.
Bear Bashers, Globo Gym.
Alaska Glaciers was there too.
I'll get to him. Ben's Champions graced us with a few hours. And yes, Alaska Glaciers, you made a physical appearance, so thank you for at least doing that. He came just in time to get free food, and then he was on his way. So thumbs down to Team Jobu, but of course it was,
I'm playing volleyball.
it's volleyball season, so that's all he was doing. And
Zips was there too. Did you mention him? Zips was there.
I'd hope so.
Well, hey.
Big shout out to Zips for coming to your son's birthday / hangout. I give a thumbs down to Bear Bashers.
Ooh, thumbs down.
In regards to Pine Tree Lane, as he felt that he wasn't important enough to invite to the
Apparently
surprise.
there is some sort of email contact on the website in order to get.
Apparently, Bear Bashers doesn't know that when you
Didn't
click
know
on members of the league, or managers, it shows everybody's email address.
Sorry, didn't know that. I had no contact info for
He
him.
also doesn't realize that there's things like Facebook or things like that out there that he could have reached out to.
See, I thought it was Bookface. Is it not Bookface? No.
For you, it might be.
Oh, okay.
So again, big shout out to those of you from the league that showed up. Much appreciated. It was a good time, and I would look forward to trying to do many more of those / college football hangout days where we can have the families come and then the rest of us can sit in the basement and watch football.
Yeah. Well, I might be available for a lot of those now.
So that's possible.
There you go. So I guess what we'll do is we'll talk about the matchups now, like in progress. Is that what we should do?
We can. Yeah, we can.
Okay.
I did have another topic to talk about, but I'll save it. Go ahead.
Okay. So currently, as the day of filming, today is Thursday.
Today is Thursday, September 14th,
Yeah.
2017.
I should be home tonight, so I should have this done and posted by tomorrow. That's what I think, because I'm going to be home tonight.
Well, it should be posted by tonight then.
Oh, well, that's because it takes a long time to make these things.
Well, you'll be home, so all you have to do is hit
So,
post.
yeah, no, that's not how it works. So currently you have a 9-7 lead. V over Zips with a 9-7 lead
All the offensive categories are close.
Thursday morning.
Yep. I can't, talking about this matchup, I can't understand how the guy has 4 Kansas City Royals. And
4.
Every single one of them has played every single day. That includes the catcher.
Well, they're trying to win. They're literally in that playoff mix
I know,
of all those
but
teams. So they're gonna throw.
Crazy.
All those guys are playing.
Crazy.
Actually, the crazier thing I see is that his team is still hitting .324. That's really good.
Yes.
Yeah. Zips' team at .324 and a .402 on base percentage.
Yes. Unfortunately for Zips, they're all singles.
Well, that is true. Although he is winning in home runs, so I don't know if that's. He has a 5-3 lead in home runs over you. So I wouldn't say they're all singles. Maybe a lot of them are singles. Well, no, he has 7 doubles too. He has the winning 7 and 4 doubles. Apparently, the commission does not know his matchup at all.
I wonder if these are actually updated.
Well, the pitching categories, however, is where we have some struggles, as Zips' ERA is at a 6 right now. While V got the complete game shutout out of Kluber, which was very big. And
Yes, it's very big when you get a complete game shutout from free agent fodder, bench champions.
Ooh, free agent fodder.
Very big.
Now, these ERA and WHIP isn't anything to write home about at 386
I will not
and
be writing home
131,
to my mom.
respectively. However, that looks like it's going to be enough to overtake Zips.
So here's the issue. Zips is going to outpitch me this week by numbers. By numbers.
Oh, you mean so he's going to get strikeouts?
He's going to win strikeouts.
Okay, he's
so
going to
there's
win
one more
strikeouts.
point that's flipped.
Okay.
So that's 8-8.
Okay.
So between stolen bases, doubles, home runs, wins, and then saves and holds are all doable. I mean, there's 5 categories that can go either way.
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever team's the hottest at this point at the end. I don't think there's anything that you can say. There's literally maybe runs is the only category that is done. It's over.
Yeah,
That's it.
I would agree with that.
Oh, well, and probably ERA and WHIP. Those look like pretty rough from Zips, but that for the most part, that's not a lot of matchups that are, or not a lot of categories that are close, or vice versa. I said that backwards, but you know what I mean. So, the midweek progress report on this matchup, it's coin flip. I know that's the great analysis that you get from us. It is a coin flip. So bench champions won't be happy that we are not predicting in the middle of a week who's going to win. I think it just depends on who has the hottest bats by the end. Who has the best weekend, whoever that person is, will move on to the championship. So, the other matchup. Bear Bashers with an 8-6 lead right now. Globo's Gym hitting 212 this week. So,
Man.
that's the biggest issue right now.
So does that mean he's winning all the pitching categories?
For the most part, because his pitching's been
So your
out of
matchup
this
is very
world.
similar to my matchup.
Well, no, because we actually had pitchers who were pitching well. You guys had you
I had a complete game shutout.
That's it, and your ERA is still 386. Everybody else still sucks for you. Yeah, I have an 083 ERA. He has a 125 ERA. I have an 097 WHIP. He has an 078 WHIP. A couple of great.
That's pretty good.
I know we get a lot of slack or flack, whichever flack, for judging Globo Gym, but he made a couple of great moves this week. He picked up Gibson to pitch against the Padres on Tuesday. He pitched great, didn't give up any runs. He also picked up 2 free agents in Olsen for the A's, who hit a home run, and another guy who hit a home run for him whose name escapes me. I don't have that team up. I will get it.
Mike Zunino.
Yeah, not only did he have 1, he hit 2. 2 home runs as a catcher pickup. So, yeah.
He does his homework.
Yeah. He had a couple of great pickups so far. So it's just his regulars that are letting him down right now. Because he still only has a 212 batting average.
But as bad as his 212 average is, he's only 5 runs down, 3 doubles down.
I know.
He's beating you in homers, and he's only 2 RBIs behind.
Yep.
So that's, again, I think this matchup's very close. I mean, we actually have some exciting matchups in the playoffs this week.
We do. It's funny because I think we have the same thing in both matchups. It's whoever has the hottest offense in the last 4 days wins. Because I think the pitching's kind of, even though I have 4 studs going on Friday, I don't think there's much I can do. Although I will say this, Globo Gym continues to not start guys. Did you know that?
No, I don't pay attention to your matchup.
Oh, okay. So it seems like a good decision because yesterday he did not start Archer, who pitched very bad at the beginning. It didn't seem like it, but he didn't get out of the 4th inning.
Okay. I thought that was a rule for that game. Neither pitcher was allowed to pitch out of the...
Oh, yeah, you're right. That probably was how it was. So now he hasn't pitched Archer and he has not pitched Cueto. So even though these seem like
He didn't throw Cueto.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He did not throw Cueto against the Dodgers. Now, these have been sound decisions. However, he is letting, whichever one it is, up for strikeouts. He should be rolling in this, and he's not because he's not throwing all of his guys.
Right.
And I can tell you, like I said, Friday I've got Sale, Ray, and Paxton pitching. So
sounds like a lot of strikeouts.
It does. So, but that said, I am winning ERA right now, and it's an 0.83 to a 1.25. So I could end up losing ERA out of that. I don't know, but he's gonna have to pitch somebody because he's still at 36 innings. He can't just bench the rest of his week.
That's true.
So we'll see. The only thing I'm excited about is that he has to actually beat me. He has to win. A tie does not do anything for him. I am the higher seed.
It is funny you said that because as I was watching my matchup last night, I was like, I wonder if Zips realizes he's got to beat me.
Yeah.
As it was at 8-8 at one point, and I'm like, you don't want to tie somebody and move on, but
hey, that's what the regular season's for.
Regular season, yeah. And I know that we're going to hear from Zips, or bench champions. Well, we're in a league where head-to-head matters and not the regular season. Yeah. Why?
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Then why do you even play the regular season?
Yeah.
If all you're going to count is 1 percentage or 1 fraction of that entire season, then why even play the regular season? Right. Just to make the playoffs? Well, then why do you even seed them?
Mm-hmm. But in closing of this matchup, I believe Globo still has a better offense, and he will. It'll be a close win for him, but I think he'll have the better weekend and come out on top.
I would agree with you.
Yeah. I think obviously it's going to be close because already it's 8-6. So.
Okay, so let's talk about this. We'll kind of go from the TV. We'll take kind of a TV point of view of this if we were announcers.
Yeah.
What's a better World Series seller, matchup-wise?
Globo and you. You have the most stars.
Globo
Globo and Team V, they have all the stars. Nobody wants to see Bear Bashers. Think about it. There's no stars on that team except Lindor. Lindor's a freaking star. But other than that, there's nobody else that's exciting.
See, I think, and this is going to be kind of opposite, but I think that the pay-per-view is the against Bear Bashers.
Why? Just because we had the best records?
Well, because think about it. The viewers can go back and watch 22 videos of how we got to this point.
Well, that is true. That is true.
I mean, it's on video. We have a video file. Just think about it, viewers. If we finish 1 and 2 and play in the championships, everything that you've complained about in every video proves you wrong and proves us right.
That is true. That is true.
And then if you don't believe us, you can go back and watch 20 videos to prove it. We can prove it.
Yeah, he is right. I guess the only other thing we could talk about here is...
Well, I still have one other thing.
That's right, you had one other thing.
Yes. But
I was just going to talk about some of the transactions that are being made by some of the non-playoff teams.
I mean, they're head scratchers, but again, you can... This is the time...
Or teams that are out. I shouldn't say non-playoff
This is the time where you want to take flyers, though, on guys that you want for next year. I actually am surprised that other teams aren't doing more of this. The All Rises, the Pine Tree Lanes are kind of dead right now. Who else? Five Swords.
Pine Tree Lane picked up Francis Martez.
He had to because of his rookie eligibility.
Oh, okay.
That was a rookie eligibility thing.
Right.
Which is gonna, by the way, you can look over some more, but I'm very quickly gonna throw this out here just to zing you. By the way, double thumbs up farm system. Do you realize there would be 7 guys right now who would probably be thrown out in the free agency because of the 4 teams that are currently playing in the playoffs?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get it.
I think that's a win.
Oh,
that's a great win.
It's a win for the great teams. The bad teams can't get any better because they can't pick up those guys. I get it. I understand.
So you
should have to make the tough decision of saying, do I want this guy on my team or not?
No. It's not about a tough decision.
Sorry.
So you want to reward teams for being bad.
That's how it works. Who gets the first draft pick at the end of every sport? Is it the team that has the best record the next year? No, it's not. It's the team that had the worst record because they're trying to create competitive balance.
Would you like to do a double or nothing pizza bet on that statement?
Well, because sometimes they trade them away.
No.
Whatever. I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you want to do a double or nothing pizza bet on that?
I don't want to do anything.
Because the NBA does a lottery.
Well,
and the worst team does not get the first pick.
They're at least guaranteed the 4th best or the 4th worst, whatever.
Okay.
However you want to call it.
Okay, but so again, you want to reward the guys that are bad.
I don't want to.
That's an everybody gets a trophy league, buddy.
I don't think
if you're bad for a reason. So I'm not going to help you out to be better. I'm going to keep cutting you off because it's not going to make any sense what you're going to say.
No, it's going to make sense. Are you going to reward? Reward's not the right word. It's just trying to create competitive balance. That's all.
We don't want competitive balance.
Of course not. We want to keep the have-nots down. That's what we do here. Anyway.
Just remember, if you can't recognize the fish at the table, there's a good chance it's probably you.
Okay. Other pickups. Do you have any thoughts on Ben's champions picking up Joey Gallo?
It was only a matter of time.
It's only a matter of time. Like I said,
3-position eligibility.
I said to him, it's the most Ben champions pickup I can imagine. Picking up somebody that basically has 40 homers and 20 singles. You know what I mean?
It's a flyer for next year. I don't have a problem with that pickup.
What do you think of Charlie Morton on King Joe Billy for next year? I didn't get it. I
think he made 2 pickups because he was trying to block people from picking up pitchers. I really don't think he thinks those guys are legitimate pitchers next year.
Especially Tanner Roark has a shot. I could see him. Morton is just such a.
But wouldn't you rather take a flyer on guys that have higher upside that are having bad seasons this year?
I would.
Like, for example, okay, so how about Nova?
Yeah.
Had an awful this season.
Well, I think he might be one of those guys. He didn't have an awful season. He had a great first half and then had a terrible July. You know what I mean? But I mean, the first couple months of the year, he was really good. Global Jim will tell you that.
Sorry, I'm on my watch list. That's why.
That's why nobody. Can't find anything.
That's why nobody good is there.
You were watching it. You were watching Nova.
Who am I looking for?
Anyway, while you look up that, another pickup, Ben's champions picking up.
How about guys that are hurt? Like Pineda, Drew Smiley, Shoemaker.
Yeah.
Matt Moore, no.
Not Matt Moore. But yeah, I could see Pineda and Shoemaker.
There's Nova, 4.25 ERA. He only has 121 strikeouts this year, so that's...
Yeah. I'd say he had a rough second half, but if you look at his April, May numbers, they were very good.
Tyler Skaggs has been pitching very well.
Yeah.
Mike Leake has been pitching very well now that he's moved over to the American League, surprisingly.
I know. It's weird.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, it really doesn't.
Vincent Velasquez was a guy you owned at one point. He's out there. I mean,
yeah, I know. There's a ton of guys out there for next year that you might want to look at.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why I was surprised that Charlie Morton was a guy that he ended up with. Also, another pickup from Ben's champions, Troy Tulowitzki. What do you think about him at this point?
Just a name.
That's what I think too, and that's why I kind of called him out on it because I feel like at his age, there's so many young, good shortstops, isn't there? It doesn't seem like a great position.
Shortstop is loaded now.
Yeah, So,
Jordan Montgomery, the Yankee pitcher, is out there for next year. I mean,
Yeah.
he's even young.
Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of guys out there. Anyway, anything else that you'd like to add?
I'm just very happy that the farm system is doing exactly what it's been
Well,
constructed to do.
Seems like a great time to end the video.
And thank goodness for the farm system.
Yeah.